replacing the rear subwoofer diaphragm, because that's a thing. If you have a speaker that sounds like this as well, you might be able to repair it instead of replace it. This comes out some sort of way, and we are gonna figure out how to do it. There's just some plastic clips under here. I did check in the trunk. There's no screws or anything crazy. And there we go, look at that. Okay, we'll just twist and remove the whole bulb then. What do we got going on here? Some 10 millis. Find it. You want to come out now? Come on. There we go. Connect this. Come on out. There we go. That's a pretty beefy magneto on there. 3.7 ohm, 26 watts of pure JBL power. Okay, let's pull up a chair and get to town on this. Take that from you. PH2, come here. We're gonna figure this out together. Oh, we got pictures. Whew, that's good. You just come off here, bud? You sure do. Take this from you. Garboach. So this diaphragm right here, as you can tell, she's pretty deteriorated. Should make it pretty easy to remove it, actually. We can just peel this back like a grilled cheese. Garboach. Let's grab the Fastback Jackson. Okay. Technique. Oh, you know what? That has also separated right there. So, here's the idea. That's working out well. Just wipe that surface up, Buttercup. Need to get the rest of this off. What do we got here? Got some isopropyl, 70%. Give her a little sample of this. Just dab that on there. Is this gonna make you wanna come off, bud? Soften old foam residue on cone using rubbing alcohol or lacquer thinner. Remove residue by gently scraping it off with a utility knife or wood chisel. My word. How about a plastic razor blade? Oh, but this works much better. What are you guys telling me to use here, bud? Is this insane? Is what I'm doing insane? Definitely between somewhere and nowhere. How long should I do this before I just check myself into a mental asylum? We don't know. Status report on the speaker. We have a nice clean mating surface for the new diaphragm. Got all the adhesive and foam off of the actual speaker. I just kept reapplying this alcohol, rubbing it on there, and then scraping it little by little. And eventually I could kind of take it and peel it off. We'll do the inside first and let it dry, and then I'll put the outer diaphragm after. Now it is important to center this coil in here really nice. You don't want it rubbing at all, or it's gonna sound like garboach. Put a nice bead up on here. Work that around town. What could go wrong with this? Nothing. Just keep telling yourself it's gonna work out, and it probably will. That should be more than enough. And now I just need to gently place her. Okay, that feels pretty good. I'm gonna give this about an hour. So it's been about 15 minutes. Let's just get the diaphragm on there as well. We're not gonna be scared. We're just gonna go to town. This'll be fine. We ain't too worried about it. Try not to overdo it. Pretty good at overdoing stuff though. This is gonna work out just fine. Oh yeah. around, down. I'm putting it on. No turning back now, bud. Place it. Nice and centered. Oh boy. Firm pressure. We overdid that outside cement real good. I got full confidence at this moment in time. Nothing but pure confidence. Give it that little smear. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. We're gonna put a little on the perimeter here. Yeah, we might have overdone the cement a little bit. What are you doing, Tyler? What are you doing? Terrible idea. That's a lot of cement, bud. We overdid it on the cement. I'm not gonna lie. Nobody stress out. It looks fine. It's fine, and it's gonna be fine. Son of a monkey's uncle's sister's brother's nephew's niece. Okay, note to self for next time. Maybe less is more. I think Charmin Ultra might have been on to something as I put more on. Speaking of moron, I might be one of them. This is a slight disaster. Just look away from me at this point. Pretty much just a video on what not to do. But you gotta have friends. Okay. Stop. Stop right there, Tyler. You've done enough. Okay. Bit more work than just replacing the speaker, but if it works, it works. And maybe you too can try this out. Probably do a better job than me. Ding! There you go, bud. Here's the underside. Yeah. Seems good. This guy. Sandwich this down now, and that'll help it really stick down, and then I can push from the other side on the speaker. Is that a good idea? Should we do this? I think we're doing this. This is either gonna work really good or it's gonna be quite the substantial waste of time. But that's what I'm here for. We're here to figure that out, okay? Don't let me down. This is good. This is gonna sandwich outside perimeter of the diaphragm. It is gonna do that, right? Yeah. Go ahead and massage your cone into the diaphragm and just work it. Don't be afraid to stick a pinky in that hole and just work it. What am I doing? This is without a doubt the weirdest repair that I've ever done. That's it, we're done. We have applied the cement. We put this top piece on to help squish it down. We rubbed in the cone to the diaphragm real good with our pinky, and now we play the waiting game and hope for the best. You know how I know Milwaukee's subcompacts use a Hall effect sensor in the trigger? Let me show you how I know. You see that? Yeah. I guess keep your Milwaukee tools away from magnets, at least by the trigger, if you don't want it to just run the battery dry. The more you know. Let's get this sucker back in. In you go. There's probably a simple way to do this that I am not familiar with. Yeah! What in the world? I saw that, what's his face? Enright Automotive was saying he doesn't like this because it's too strong, which it is disgustingly strong, but he's not really talking about the fact that you can feather the trigger. So look how slow this can go. So yes, you can over torque and snap bolts, but if you know what you're doing and you have experience with Milwaukee's triggers, you should have no problem feathering the trigger and not over torquing anything. So of course, full bore, yeah, you're gonna snap some stuff, but just slow her down once you get to the end. And look at that. You ain't over torquing nothing like that. Come on, bud. I don't know, man. Of course, once it gets snugged, just use it like a regular ratchet, right? Who would have thunk? Here we go. I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer and we will get back to ya. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I can't wait any longer. It's been about 7 or 8 hours, so. You're gonna be thinking about when you were mine. No. Let's peek in the trunk. Let me find something real nice for you. No, that won't work. It sounds a lot better than it did. Oh. Bedtime story?
We have volunteers coming in early. They're here.
No. No.
Your opponent have a chance to catch their breath.
Your opponent. Is this what the radio's come to? Is this what we're working with?
Daughter. Police say they were shot.
Daughter. Oh, come on.
Brutal manner.
Come on.
Autoplaza.com. This is where
A lot of commercials.
The $100 trade could pay out $637 if they win soccer's biggest prize. Want to know what?
This is bullshit.
Verse 24 and 20.
No. No. This is the worst collection of music I've ever heard. Okay, this is doing something to me. This is doing something to me. Si, senor, si. That will work. Just get up in here. Nice, clean bass for ya. Got a little lamp holster. Very nice. Olight Arc Pro Ultra, by the way. 1700 lumens. Whoa! That lit her up real nice. 26 watt JBL subwoofer that was completely blown before. And we fixed it with some cement glue and a new diaphragm. Just like that. That's magic. Probably the strangest repair I've ever done. Little sloppy, but look, completely successful. So, yeah, there we go, buds. Simba. There you go, buds. That is how to repair a rear subwoofer or speaker, any speaker for that matter. I guess you can just repair it if it has a diaphragm and you can find a diaphragm replacement that's the right size, then you can fix it. Who would have knew? Who would have known? I don't know.